What's up, y'all? It's Vel here, coming back with y'all with another video today. Today I got a video on rapper King Von killed for LeBron James and Los Angeles Lakers NBA Finals. King LeVon album ritual. So this is geometry. So basically he's gonna explain there's a ritual. We're gonna see what he's saying. Now I'm gonna share my thoughts. All right, let's get it, boy. All right, we gotta see what he got.
All right, welcome back, True Seeker.
Right.
It is Friday, November 6, 2020, and in the news today, the death of rapper King Von. Jonathan's been talking about this rapper throughout the year and how he's expected him to die. And Jonathan even called this back in March when his album came out. He said it looks like King Von will probably be the next sacrifice for LeBron James. Well, I don't know if he was technically the next, but it's not hard to see what happened here. This is another ritual sacrifice of a human being. And if you're not aware of who this person is, his rap fame is from bragging about killing other people. So a lot of people will look at this and say, well, this guy got what he had coming. But I want people to understand this was a ritual that went down today. And I don't really know anything about this person or his street cred or his murder credits, but I know that this guy's death today is another ritual for LeBron James. Something we've been proving with countless celebrities for years, and this is probably the easiest one there ever was to do. I'm just going to start right here. Earlier this year, he put out this album, and this was March 6th, the 66th day of the year, and we said, look at this. Here's more predictive programming for the Lakers finals, because the NBA season wasn't canceled yet. The NBA finals were set to begin on June 4th, 6-4. This guy puts out the album King Von, like King James, in a 64 jersey. And up on the clock, you can also see that there's 64 minutes left on the game clock, which isn't real in basketball. You don't have a 64-minute clock. But King Von in real life represents 64th Street in Chicago. And now he's dead on the 311th day of 2020, November 6th, which is the 64th prime number. 311, the 64th prime. King Von, Mr. 64, dead on this day. And let's just go through it, because there's a lot of layers to this ritual. So again, the first layer is November 6th, the 311th day of the leap year, the 64th prime. His birth name, Devon Bennett, 64. Again, in his album, he put 64. This is his newest album, too, that came out earlier this year. He put 65 twice on the cover. Again, he claims 64th Street. He reps himself as a killer. We see a lot of patterns with celebrity death in 64. The word kill equals 64. Crazy, then the other piece of this is notice that November 6th is the day leaving 55 days left in the year. 55. And as we'll get to in a moment, he's dead 55 days from LeBron's upcoming birthday. LeBron's 36th birthday, like how his album came out on 3/6. But notice King James is 55. Don't forget Kobe's memorial this year was on the 55th day of the year, February 24th, and we talked about how that day, how Los Angeles Lakers and blood sacrifice equals 257, the 55th prime. So 55 is a number that relates to sacrifice as well. The word Satan also equals 55.
Crazy, bro. Damn.
And then for another King James tribute, from King Von's 8-9 birthday to his death is 89 days later. Remember when the Warriors lost to LeBron on the real King James's birthday, June 19th? They lost named after him. The gospel, the story of Jesus, is 89 chapters.
Damn.
And we know it's the Society of Jesus, the Jesuits, who run the world of sports, the world of hip-hop, who off these entertainers by the numbers.
King James,
But King Von, dead on the day leaving 55 days left in the year, dead 89 days after his 8-9 birthday. King James 89 with the alphabetic order. When you run the alphabetic order in reverse with the rules of numerology, it's 55 again. Just straightforward, logical ciphers. And consider this man's dead on 11/6. His alias on his latest album is LeVon James, a play on LeBron James for King LeVon. But notice LeVon James with the alphabetic order, 116, 11/6. They might name Joe Biden the president today, and his son died at age 46, 116 days after his birthday. As we'll get to in a moment, executions 116. So this number fits in with the ritual they're doing with Joe Biden today. But notice the gematria of LeVon James, 116, 35, 154, 55, and again, that's just like King James, which is 35, 154, and 55. Ritual sacrifice also equals 154. Seen a lot of people die over the years in connection to LeBron by these exact numbers you see on the screen. 35, 154, 55. This man dead on the day, leaving 55 days left in the year. 55 days from LeBron's birthday. From the release of his album, again, his album, this one, King Von, LeBron James, came out earlier this year. And like we said, this 64 is not an accident. The finals were scheduled for June 4th at the time before they got rescheduled. And they ended up, you know what they did with the NBA finals? They ended on Father-Daughter Day, 41 weeks after LeBron's birthday, when Kobe Bryant's 41, on the day leaving 81 days left in the year, when Kobe Bean Bryant's 81. Just all these rituals, undeniable. Chadwick Boseman. On Jackie Robinson Day, the Dodgers win the World Series on the anniversary of Jackie Robinson's funeral, win it 4-2. All this stuff is done by the same people. And
crazy,
anyway, man. March 6th in a leap
year. That's
the
thing. Y'all niggas think everything's a coincidence. He's showing you. Like, you can get gematria. Like, you can look it up. You can do all this coding, but you gotta learn it. You feel me? Let's look up YouTube videos and learn it. So yeah, we're gonna continue.
66th day of the year, LeBron 66, LeBron James 66, Lakers 66, King in Jewish gematria 66. Damn. Always the 66 rituals with LeBron. First player to go to 6 straight finals since 66 when Bill Russell did it. So anyway, that album by this artist who's now dead came out on the 66th day of the year. And from the release of that album, March 6, 2020, to the death on November 6th, notice it's 35 weeks. 35 weeks later, he's dead. LeBron James, 35, in the most pure cipher. King James, 35. Remember the day LeBron signed with the Lakers, I said he'd win the finals at age 35 in his 17th season, bringing home the Lakers the 17th championship after signing on 1/7, July 1st. Dang. So LeBron James with that 35 connection, dead while LeBron's 35. The death synced up with the 36th birthday of LeBron, like how the album came out on 3/6. 35 weeks after the album's release. And don't forget, the real King James became a Freemason at age 35. So they call LeBron King James. Again, King James, his son was King Charles. The people who fought for him in the English Civil War were Cavaliers. That's why they had LeBron King James on the Cavs.
Oh my God, bro. That's crazy, bro. Let me get my charger real quick. That's crazy, bro. Now I think about it. Yeah. Now I think about it. Shit crazy, bro.
From the death to LeBron's birthday, if you don't count the span, it's 54 days later. But if you count the span of days from the day of his death to LeBron's upcoming birthday, it's a span of 55 days as well. So there's no mistaking what they've done here. This is another
that's crazy, bro.
Ritual sacrifice of a human being.
This nigga knows what he's doing, bro.
Scripted NBA career. They say he was killed outside of a hookah lounge, and the name of that hookah lounge is the Monaco Hookah Lounge, which equals 193. That's the 44th prime number. I was just talking about how the other day, LeBron's high school basketball teammate, his sister was murdered exactly 44 weeks after LeBron's birthday. Kill 44. So in this case, King Von's killed outside the Monaco Hookah Lounge, which is 193, the 44th prime number. Again, these numbers are like peas in a pod. They come together all the time. Wrote a lot about this in my first book. But it's just another 44 connection. LeBron signed that monster deal with Nike while Nike was 44 years old as a company. And I said that day, I said, all this spells out his death. There'll probably be so many deaths for LeBron because of this. And LeBron probably won't live to be that old. And man, I've covered so many deaths in connection to LeBron over the years.
We're going to react to more of his videos.
I'm
going to react.
But the word execution with the alphabetic order is also 116, like November 6th. With the alphabetic order and rules of numerology, it's 44. Shootings also 44. Reportedly shot to death on 11/6. So, yeah, it's undeniable. It is undeniable. This could be the most blatant example yet, largely because of this album right here.
Dang.
Mr. 64th Street with the 64 birth name, with the King Von 64 jersey with 64 minutes on the clock. This album came out when the finals were supposed to start on 6/4. And don't remember, or excuse me, I'm tired, you guys. I've hardly slept, man. I've been up all night, but don't forget that had the finals began on June 4th, that was 157 days after LeBron's birthday. Remember, Kobe Bryant's 157, and he died on his 157th day of his age. And the All-Star game was paid in tribute to Kobe, and they set the winning score at 157 points. The first team to score 157 won in the game dedicated to Kobe.
Oh shit!
That the Black Mamba short film with Kobe and Kanye West ends with the exploding helicopter. The caption on the top of that film in gematria equals 157. 157 is the 37th prime, by the way. Los Angeles is 37. Chicago's 37. King Von claims Chicago. Georgia also is 37. He was killed in Georgia, even though Chicago's his city. And, you know, I'll just throw this out there at the end. The one thing I still don't know is if all these people really die, or if some of them fake their death. But regardless, it doesn't really matter. The rituals are dark, demented, and this is what it's all about. It's like often one celebrity for another celebrity's gain, and so often that's LeBron, who's the king of the basketball world. Whole NBA is scripted around him every single year. And yeah, shout out to Jonathan.
Crazy,
so
man.
Jonathan was right on about this. He's been talking about King Von in our recent Sunday shows. And there's also Jonathan who
That's it for
sent
the
me a
video,
message
man.
this morning, got me up and looking at this. So again, this Sunday night we'll do.
I hope y'all like the video, man. Like, subscribe, and hit me up in my email. Ask me questions. I'll do personal videos about life and stuff or any topic. I'll do it. So yeah.